Irish sports tech firm signs a $1 billion contract with U.S. Soccer. $1 billion. This is going to measure millions of soccer players in the U.S. and get data, and I'm sure supplied matrix that they want. $1 billion to find out that U.S. soccer players suck. Pay me $100 and I will tell you the problems. For $100, I could save you $1 billion. U.S. soccer players, the ones we recruit, the ones that pay to play system, they are average to suck. They're not good. I just saved you money, U.S. soccer. What are you doing? We are so concerned with science. Science is not what put Brazil on the map. Science is not what put Argentina and Spain and all the top national teams together. Colombia, where some of the top players of the world come from. And the only time they compete in the World Cup is when drug lords take over and actually fund those players playing in the Premiership and all over the world to come back and play for the national team. Why don't we just follow the simple understanding of how players develop in the game? It's not science. This isn't football. This isn't baseball. This isn't basketball. There is no science, no technology that will advance us to a certain level. It will make you feel cool. It's like getting the latest cool cell phone. It's awesome, but it doesn't make my ability to communicate with someone so much better that it can't happen. I mean, the best way to communicate with someone is face to face. No technology is going to beat that. But here we are, science, and I'm just so fed up with the U.S. soccer and their ignorance. They got sold on a program. You know what? If this is a $1 billion contract, let's think about it. Where's that money going? Who do they buy? This is like the U.S., our Congress, bought and paid Congress of the United States. Who's buying who? Because this makes zero sense. I just can't totally imagine the Irish tech firm just laughing like, these guys are just a bunch of suckers. We're going to give them a toy to play with, and guess what? Nothing's going to change. Nothing. I ran a futsal league yesterday with 5-year-olds. 5-year-olds. And I'm trying to put my son in this environment, and there's 4 and 5-year-olds, some 3-year-olds, all Hispanic, come and play in a league, and we're playing 5v5, and I have another team that's 6 and some turning 7 playing against these little kids. And the little 6 and 7-year-olds are just, they competed because they're bigger and faster and stuff, but they lost to these little kids. And the little ones, their spacing was better, their technique was unbelievable, they're dribbling, they're cutting the ball, they're doing things that 14-year-old kids can't do. They're technical at 3. Why? Because they come from Hispanic homes and all they care about soccer. They marched into my gym all in uniform and doing a warm-up, and they're engaged in soccer. They're so far advanced. I mean, they're doing a professional warm-up at age 3 and 4. You know how hard that would be if you went to Scottsdale and one of their rec clubs over there and try to get a bunch of 7-year-olds to do a warm-up? They would fall over. They couldn't even do it. They'd be too busy picking their nose and playing on their cell phones. But a bunch of Hispanics from downtown Phoenix, 3 and 4. Are you kidding me? It was so fun to watch. Their uniforms are huge, just going past their wrists. Their sleeves are going past their wrists. It was very cute. But you could see how good these kids were. And then here's the difference. When the game was concluded and the next set of games came on, it was their brothers and sisters were playing for the most part. And then in the foyer, we had a bunch of those same kids, those 3 and 4-year-olds. And this is like 8 o'clock at night when they probably should be going to bed. They set up a pickup game. No coaches, and they set up a pickup game. And I had to keep yelling at these kids to stop and move it outside because they're about to break something. But they were playing. And then off to the side was another group from a different community, a different culture. They're shooting basketball hoops. There's a difference, ladies and gentlemen. Technology cannot fix that. Culture can fix that. Do you understand? U.S. Soccer, do you understand? You're creating a falsehood that will never fix U.S. Soccer. Good job wasting all that money. Everyone get out of U.S. Soccer. We got to find a way to get out of U.S. Soccer. How do we get a new program? We need to get out. Do we have to be part of U.S. Soccer because we're part of the U.S.? No. Let's get out. We got to get out.
The podcast you just heard was recorded with Anchor. If you want to make your own, download the Android or iOS app completely free from anchor.fm/podcast. That's anchor.fm/podcast.